Once a person came to see me asking my assistance to overcome his addiction, right? He was having an addiction to have homosexual relationships. He wanted to overcome this, right? I had a discussion with him and suggested to him as to what he should be doing in order to overcome this addiction. I prayed over him, I blessed him. And that day he resolved to do the needful, to do what he's supposed to do in order to overcome this addiction. And he went happily with a firm resolution. After a few days, he even called me and told me, Father, I am really doing the work that I am supposed to do, Father. Right? I am slowly overcoming this, Father. He was sharing with me the progress that he was making. Right? But after that, I did not receive any calls from him. He was silent. Neither did he come to see me. Right? One day, when we were doing a mission in a parish, he happened to see me and he came to talk to me. He told me, Father, that day I sought your support and I received your guidance. And really I resolved to overcome this addiction somehow or the other. And I started doing the needful, Father. Right? In fact, I called you and told you that I was progressing. But Father, one day some unfortunate thing happened. One day I once again fell in this same sin, Father. You see, Father, having made every effort to overcome this, I still fell in this sin. But I could not accept it. That day I really lost my hope that I can overcome this. Once I lost my hope, Father, I just gave up all I was doing, right? When I lost my hope, I just stopped doing all what I was doing, right? Now think of this incident, dear friends. When he had hope that he could overcome this, he was really striving hard, he was really persevering, he was making effort. But that day he fell in sin and he lost what? Hope. As a result, he stopped doing everything that he was doing. Now see how important this hope is. It is this hope that makes us persevere in life, right? We need this hope, right, in order to persevere, make effort in life. Now, when we think of this, I am reminded of two biblical characters whom we find in the Bible. We find them in the 9th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew. One of them is the leader of the synagogue, and the other one is the lady who was suffering from hemorrhage for 12 long years. Now, when you think of them, both of them were in helpless situations, but they were really doing something. Even in that hopeless situation, they were doing something. They had not just given up. They were doing something. Let's first talk about this leader of the synagogue, right? Now, what was his problem? His daughter has died, right? His daughter has died. Terrible situation, right? She's not only sick, right? She has died. She's dead, right? But see the way he acts in this hopeless situation. He goes and meets the Lord and tells him, Dear Jesus, my daughter has died, but you please come and lay your hand on her. Still, he is doing something, right? Still he is trying something. Daughter is dead, but still he tries, right? The same thing can be said about that lady who was suffering from hemorrhage. Even she was in a hopeless situation. She had hemorrhage. Those who had that disease those days were considered unclean. Unclean. They were not allowed even to come to the synagogue. They could not marry. If they are married, they had to get divorced. Hopeless situation. But when she was in such a situation, see the way she acts. She goes behind Jesus and touches the fringe of his cloak, right? Does something. She still makes effort, right? Right? Makes effort. Now, why were they able to act this way? When we think of this leader of the synagogue and this lady, in their hopeless situation, they still persevere. Why were they able to do that? What is the reason? What is the secret? Hope they had They had hope that something good will happen. That is exactly why they still persevered. Now, think of that leader of the synagogue, right? He tells the Lord, my daughter has just died, but you please come and lay your hand on her and she will live. Still she has hope that if Jesus touches her, she will live. Had hope. It is that hope that led him to do something in that hopeless situation. Hope is important. It keeps us going. It makes us persevere. Now, think of that lady, right? She was in a hopeless situation, but still she does something. Why did she do that? The text says, right? She told to herself, she said to herself, that if I only touch his cloak, I will be made well. She had hope that she would be made well if she touches the cloak of Jesus. Had hope. It is that hope that led her to act that way. See the importance of hope? It keeps us going. It makes us persevere in life, dear friends. If we have hope, we will do anything to go forward. If we have hope, we have to have hope. It's important. Satan knows this. Satan knows that we will do anything if we have hope. Therefore, what does he do? It will try to take the hope away from us. Because once the hope is gone, we will not do anything. We just give up the fight. Then automatically, Satan receives victory. Because when the hope is not there, we just give up and victory is its. Right? Therefore, it's important to have hope. Now, think of that person who came to meet me, right? I told you that story in the beginning. Having persevered for some time, unfortunately he fell in sin one day. That day, what did Satan do? Satan took away the hope. Satan gave him the impression that he cannot overcome. The moment he lost hope, right? He just gave up all what he was doing. The day he lost hope, he gave us all what he was doing. Therefore, it's important to have hope. That is exactly what happened to Judas. Now, he fell in sin. He betrayed the Lord. But that day, Satan gave him the impression that you are a sinner. Now you have no future. You cannot get back on your feet. That is what Satan told him, Judas. And he lost hope. As a result, what happened? He stopped doing all what he could do. He did not take a step forward. He did not take a step forward, right? He just went and committed suicide. Finished. As a result of losing hope, right? But Peter did not do that. Now, when we think of Peter, he committed his sin thrice. Judas committed his sin only once, but Peter committed it thrice. But he did not lose the hope. He still believed, no, I still can go forward. He did not lose the hope. As a result, he did not commit suicide. He did not just die. He went to the Lord, asked for forgiveness, and he rose, right? Received salvation as a result of not losing his hope. Let us try to understand the importance of this hope, right? We need it, right? Today, in our families, in our society, as individuals, we have lost this hope. Therefore, we are just there, doing nothing. Now, in families, sometimes parents are just there, go for work and come home, just there. They don't do something special, right, to come to a better position as a family. Why are they just there? They think, no future for our family. We cannot get back on our feet again. That is what they feel. They have lost hope. As a result, they are just there doing nothing. And those who go for work, they have the need to earn more, right? They need money to do something, right, these days. But still, they feel, with my qualifications, I can't proceed any further. I can't come to a better position. They have given up. They have lost hope. Therefore, they don't do anything special. They don't do an extra exam. They don't face another interview. They're just there, doing the bare minimum as a result of losing hope. The same thing can be said about children who study, right? They have the impression, I can't pass my exams well, right? Have lost hope. As a result, what happens? They're just there. They don't do some extra studies. They don't go to extra class. They're just there doing the basics Sometimes they don't even do the basics. Why? Lost hope. Now when people fall in addictions and all, right, they lose hope. Therefore they don't take an extra effort to do something. Dear friends, this hope is important. It is exactly what keeps us going. It is what makes us persevere in life. Now, if we think of our lives, right, there are many problems, right? There are many challenges that we face. Therefore, we have to do something to overcome these things. We have to do something. But today we learned, to do something we have to have hope that things are going to be changed, right? We are going to get back on our feet. We have to have hope, right? Therefore, let us try to preserve this hope. Word of God gives us hope. Romans chapter 8 verse 28 says, God causes everything to work together for the good of ours. Everything, in everything He plans some good, right? Some good is going to happen. Let us have hope in that. Because if we have that, we will do anything for that, right? Therefore today, let us try to understand the beauty of this hope, and that if we have, let's try to understand that if we have it, we will do anything. Therefore, let us try to preserve hope and ask for the grace we need to preserve that hope in our lives. God bless you.